Here we go.
Bring him to the net, man.
Man, he's probably got another run in him. Look at all that red down there.
And every time he sees the boat.
Yep. It's pretty green water, isn't it?
Yes, he's gone.
So welcome to North Carolina. I bet he's never seen anything like that before, Scooter.
I bet that redfish had never seen nothing like that before.
Grady White Boats' reputation for designing ruggedly elegant fishing boats is legendary. Our attention to quality, detail, and customer service is unmatched. From our Fisherman 180 and Coastal Explorers series to the unrivaled Canyon 456, you'll find no boat that rides better and offers more fishing amenities. Go ahead, experience fishing at its best. Get the Grady.
Hello and welcome to the Carolina Outdoor Journal. Well, today's program is going to take us to the Pamlico Sound Joe Rattle Trap Drum.
That's it. Yep, it's another method that we've learned here recently of how to catch these big red drum that we have in Pamlico Sound starting in midsummer up through mid-September, late September some years. But for so long, the only way most people targeted big drum was with cut bait, fresh bait on the bottom. That was the traditional way, and most of it was done at night. Here in the last several years, we've, through a number of guides who have worked different methods, have learned that you can catch them like we did last year on popping corks, which is a very effective, very fun way of doing it. A lot of, sometimes some topwater action associated with that, drum actually coming up and hitting the corks. To now, Captain Mitchell Blake, who we're working with today, has refined the art of catching these drum using big rattle trap style baits. These are large baits that have rattles in them, and he's got it set up where he can, and we'll talk about it more, and they'll talk about it too, find these fish in certain areas of the sound where they hang out, and he'll target them and catches the big drum with rattle traps.
We're going to have a real informative gear time today.
Yeah, they'll talk about that. They'll talk about how they rig up, the necessity of a certain length rod he likes to use for it. You need some substantial tackle. These are big fish, 40, 50-pound fish. So you need the tackle to go with it, but it's a really neat way to catch them.
And our recipe today is oysters and bacon.
Oysters and bacon. Again, Donna continues to come to the table with different recipes for us, and this one's real tasty.
Let's head on down to the Pamlico Sound on the Carolina Outdoor Journal.
So Captain Mitchell, what have you got in store for us today? Scooter, we're gonna be targeting western Pamlico Sound, maybe the mouths of the rivers. We're gonna target trophy red drum, stuff over 40 inches on lipless crankbaits.
Nice. I can't wait.
That's gonna be fun. Yeah, it should be a ball, man. It's kind of a new technique that I've come across and been working to perfect it. And like I say,
Well, I've seen your pictures, man. It's awesome.
It should
I've
be
seen
fun.
the pictures. I want to see the fish.
Should be a lot of fun.
Let's go do it.
Scooter, we've got a sharp ledge, as you can see here, with a long point that sticks out dead ahead. You can see the wind conditions are going to be able to push the boat straight down this shoal. So what we'll do, we'll just wind drift right now. We got a few birds that are working ahead of us, and we'll fish just this slope all the way out to the end where we fall off the end, and see if we can pick a fish up.
I see your underwater points there that you're telling me about and the way it looks. Is there any other kind of techniques or way that we work the lures or something that I need to know about before we get started? Or
This particular case, we're not seeing bait on the surface, so we're going to cast out, let the lure fall to the bottom, and rip it up off the bottom and let it fall.
I got you.
As you can see, the wind should carry us perfectly where one of us can fish the shallow side and one of us can fish the deeper side. And we're just going to fish this zone right out.
All right, so we're just kind of letting the baits go out and sort of go close to the bottom and just kind of working them back in towards the boat. Okay.
And you'll hear me, refer to zones a lot of times, So, and what I'm calling a zone here is just this slope. If you can imagine, if the water was removed, this is just a slope right here.
Side of a hill or
so one of us will fish the
underwater.
deep side, one of us will fish the shallow side.
Sounds good.
Got a little head shake up here, Scooter.
I see you got one, man. Looks like a good one.
There we go. There we go. Just coming right across the top of this shoal here.
You just take your time.
That net's
He
right
really
up on.
smacked it, didn't he?
He smacked it when it hit the water on the first initial fall.
You mean part of the net's on the roof?
So,
Is that what you're
that's
saying?
it. That's it, man.
This is the net?
That's the net. Everybody always says that. Man, that's sweet right there. Scooter, these 7'11" rods, man, they work awesome on this fishery.
Looks like you're doing a number on here, Will. I think you heard what you said. You didn't like it.
Man, this is a new way to catch these fish, man, I'm telling you. It is, it's been productive, man. When that bait hit the water, man, on that first initial fall, I ripped it one time and he smoked the lights out of it. I knocked the rod out of your hand. The water is, water stained up from all this rain. We should get a glimpse of him here in a minute.
There you go.
Scooter.
That is a big
Scooter. Man.
I might need to grab him.
All right, I'm gonna bring him up. He may have one or
didn't
two
even-
more runs in
I
him.
didn't even see the bait in his mouth. He got that sucker. He went on it. There it goes. Uh-oh.
All right, Scooter.
Just let him go.
We got one hook in him.
Yeah, just let him go, Mitchell. Don't try to horse him. Bait's done come
We
out.
got one hook and a big fish.
Just keep him coming.
We'll keep him coming. Just make sure you scoop. All right, one more
That
time.
big old head.
The only thing you have to watch when you're netting a fish with a crankbait in
Is
is
the
not to let that hook get hung. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it'll be a mess. Because then the fish will get off.
All right,
He might have
Scooter.
got another hook in him. I don't want that hook to come out right now either.
All right, I think I got two hooks in him, Scooter.
I think you do got
Coming right to you, coming right to you. There we go, bell's released.
And got him and the hook's out.
Bring him right up here. Man, Scooter, look at the size of this fish, man. On a
On light tackle.
Hold up.
Way to go, Mitchell.
Is that not unbelievable or what? Eastern North Carolina trophy red
We're gonna
drum.
try to get this out for you. Here you go.
Lipless crankbaits.
I'm telling you.
Is that not beautiful? Let's get him back in the water. What a beautiful fish. I'm gonna slide him right over. And that baby is ready. Ready to go. You know, Scooter, out of all the fishing we've done together, whenever you saw that fish come up, I mean, what was your first initial
Man,
thought on that?
That's just a big fish to be seen caught on a rattle trap or a rattling type bait, lipless crankbait out here in open water in the Pamlico Sound. It's kind of unbelievable to see it happen.
It's one of those things that you don't realize that it is a fishery that's available, but
Well, I mean, you see most people cut bait for them, at least what I've seen you do, and even the trips you've taken me out on the past. I mean, this adds a whole nother level of excitement to it when you get the cast for a 40 to 50 pound fish.
it's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah,
man.
it's a whole different deal.
Let's get another one.
I hear you. You reckon the sun coming out will help us out a little bit with trying to locate some bait, or is it going to hurt us?
It definitely should help us. It should bring that bait up to the surface, you know. Generally what I've been seeing the past couple weeks is as the sun comes up, you know, it gets higher and higher, the bait seems to come up higher and higher. So we'll definitely use it to our advantage.
You reckon it was the cool temps this morning that kept everything kind of low from showing
Yep.
up earlier?
Yeah, northeaster came in, had a lot of rain, so had a few conditions to work with this morning. It's supposed to be clearing out though.
It looks like it.
Scooter, ahead of us here, we got a bait ball that's working live on top of the surface. We'll cast on either side of it and see if we can pull one out from underneath it. A lot of times these fish will travel with these bait ball schools. Great opportunity, you know, this big fish he's definitely going to eat.
Oh,
so
yeah.
let's hit it each side, man, and see what happens.
All right.
Damn, gone, Scooter.
He finally got
Man,
it.
he nailed it. I dropped it right in that bait school. Holy moly. Did you hear that?
Where's your trolling motor, and I'll run the thing.
Right here, I got it, bud. Just gonna let him do his thing. There we go. Let him do his thing, man. He ran some line out, didn't he?
He sure did.
I'm gonna keep him up high. Looks like a few obstacles in here.
Yeah, it looks, I can't
We're in
tell
fairly
how close
shallow
he is
water,
to
man.
that next buoy down there either. He's headed straight right in the middle of the rock.
Yep. That's all right. Look at this, Scooter. Easy, buddy, easy. He's probably got another run in him, Scooter.
Yeah, he does.
Man. Another good one, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Man, he was following right behind that bait ball.
at least-
I just dropped it in there.
He's at least 35, 40 pounds.
This is an awesome way to catch these fish, man. Finally had a chance to see some, there we go. Finally had a chance to see some bait. Look at that head shake.
Bring him to the net, man.
Man, he's probably got another run in him. Look at all that red down there.
And every time he sees the boat,
Yep. It's pretty green water, isn't it?
yes, he's gone.
So welcome to North Carolina. I bet he's never seen anything like that before, Scooter.
I bet that redfish had never seen nothing like that before.
Man, that's that pretty.
He's beautiful. Man, he shines.
Man. Another good run.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you just
Look at that head shake.
wear him down. Well, he got us right in the middle of the rock. Oh, yeah.
There we go. I'm gonna try and bring him right to you, Scooter.
All right. I'm not gonna put this back in
All
the
right,
water till
there
he.
you go. I'm gonna turn him.
No.
He wouldn't
I
have
saw
any
he
parts
looked.
of it.
No, he looked at me out of the corner of his eye. He said,
No, thank you.
No.
All right, here we go.
He's looking now. He's like, no.
Yep.
Yeah. You can see it in his face. He's like, that guy right there in the back's got something I don't want.
Man, this is the perfect match. A lot of fun.
All right.
Let's see. I'm gonna get him to turn.
Get
He's
him to
looking.
turn.
Oh, I'm gonna turn his head right toward him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Give him a turn. Give him a turn.
He's gonna take out some drag. I know he's looking at us just like we're looking at him. Yeah, bring him down the side of the boat like we did earlier.
All right. Now I'm gonna walk
See if
him
we
right
can
to
get-
you.
Yeah.
Man, he's about got a blue nose, doesn't
I'm
he?
telling you, he should. The way he hit it.
I'm gonna turn him right to you, bud. There you go.
That's a good one.
Is that a good one?
Yep.
Man, Scooter, that's another
That
good
is a
one.
big one. It really is.
Came on that
Came on that pink
lipless crankbait again. That fish, look how pretty this thing is. Holy smoke. Another beautiful fish. We're gonna get him back in the water. Let him swim another day. Appreciate it, buddy. That's awesome. Oh man, he's gone. He is gone.
And
Play
so,
another day.
So were your hooks.
How awesome is that, man?
That was cool.
Crankbait.
Joe, that's a unique way to catch fish.
Well, it's different. It sure is. I mean, from what we were used to in the past, and then last year through the popping cork development, and that's a really exciting way to do it. But this way, you know, you can, we had some weather conditions on this show too that we had to deal with early on, but then we started in some different areas that he wanted to start in. But we caught him, like you said, on ledges to start with that he had marked on his depth finder, and then we later in the day, we started looking for bait balls, and that's a pretty neat way of doing it. Looking for bait balls, menhaden near the surface, kind of nervous, kind of tells you there's maybe something underneath them, and that's the way we caught other fish by doing that. And so, very productive way of doing it.
All right, it's time to go to school. Let's go to gear time.
Well, Captain Blake, I want to thank you for inviting me to come fishing with you today. I sure have learned a whole lot, especially with this new technique that you're trying to introduce into the red drum fishing, and it's quite impressive. Do you care to tell us some more about it?
Yes, Scooter, we've had an awesome day on the water. We started out this morning, northeast wind blowing, under cloudy skies, a little tough conditions.
Yeah, I'd say.
We had to start out fishing ledges, but as you can see, we were able to produce trophy fish off ledges. Then as the day progressed, we were able to fish, sunshine and bait balls, and it too produced.
Could you tell us a little bit more about this TFO outfit that you're throwing here?
Certainly. In this fishery, I've kind of matched up this rod and reel combo to tackle this fishery. And what I have here is what we've been using today, our TFO 7'11" mag heavy rods, and they're matched up with a 4,000 class reel. And I find this is a crucial setup for landing these big trophy fish. An adequate rod that can cast long distances, has a lot of backbone, but still enough finesse that you can fish this style lure.
Yeah.
The drag system in this reel is adequate to handle these big fish and still be able to land this fish without any harm whatsoever to the fish. I match it up with 40-pound braid, and as you can see here, I don't have a leader, any kind of leader material. I'm going straight braid to my lure. I'm allowing this outfit, the drag system and the rod,
to do all the work.
To do all the
That's
shock
nice.
Absorbency and what have you.
And you proved it to us today.
Exactly.
Sure, it did it, yeah.
And the lure that I have here is just a lipless crankbait. Changing the eyelets out on it, changing the hooks out on it to make it withstand the impact of these big fish.
Well, it sure did hang in there, I can tell you that. It seemed like today they wanted the one you were throwing there a little bit better than this one. We've got a few short strikes on this color.
Exactly. I think that the conditions today, under cloudy skies, overcast skies, I think in water clarity, we've had a lot of rain. So I think this lure was producing, but both of them work excellent.
Oh, they're great baits, there's no doubt.
Well, Scooter, I welcome you back anytime, and it was a pleasure fishing with you today.
Well, thanks, man.
We'll do it again in the future.
We sure will.
We'd like to thank Captain Blake for all that valuable information and hope that you've learned something. And if you'd like to go fishing with Captain Blake, his number's there on the screen. Give him a call, and he too will put you on some fish. Now let's catch up with Donna. She's in the kitchen with a recipe using oysters and bacon.
Today in the kitchen we're making an oyster bacon pie. This is amazing, and it's one of those hearty dishes that you're just gonna love. It makes your house smell great, it's quick and it's easy, and it's just delicious. So we've already cooked our bacon and crumbled it, so I have that reserved in a dish. We have some butter in our pan melting. We're going to add celery, green onion, and some jalapeno. So it's gonna have a little heat, but not much. We're gonna cut your jalapeno, take the seeds and the membrane out. If you like it a little more spicy, you can leave the seeds and the membrane in, which is where a lot of the heat is. We're gonna give that a stir. We're gonna let that saute until the onions begin to get a little translucent. And it smells great already in here. Then we're going to add in some white wine and our mushrooms. And you can use, these are just button mushrooms, but you can use shiitake mushrooms, which I think would be great, would give it a little bit more of a hearty flavor to it. Or you can just use a mixture of mushrooms. So we're gonna give that a stir. We're gonna add in some garlic. And you make sure that your garlic, you don't cook it at too high of a temperature because you don't want it to burn and then it'll become bitter. And that's not what we want. We just want that great flavor. So we're gonna give that a toss. We're gonna let that cook a little bit. And of course, if you're doing this at home, you're gonna take a little bit more time. Then we're gonna take some fresh lemon and we're gonna squeeze 1 fresh lemon in here. So it's got all these great flavors. And then we're gonna, while we have this liquid, we're going to add in some flour, and this is gonna make it's gonna be a thickening agent. So we're gonna give this a stir. And it kind of coats all your vegetables, and then we're gonna add in some some stock from our oysters. We've just reserved the liquid. And you need to have about 1.5 cups of liquid. So if you don't have 1.5 cups of reserved liquid from your oysters, then go ahead and just use some water to make it, to make it that 1.5 cups. So we're gonna stir this. You can see it's already starting to thicken up. We're gonna add a little nutmeg, some red pepper, and some Old Bay spice. So it's gonna have a lot of great flavors. We're gonna add in some heavy cream. So it can't be bad. And give that a stir. We're gonna let this cook for just a little bit until it starts to thicken, probably 4 to 5 minutes. And then we're gonna add in our oysters and our bacon. So we're just gonna stir that, let it thicken up, and then we're going to move over here, and this is what it looks like when it's finished. You can use a pie pan or you can use these great crocks. We're gonna take our puff pastry and we're just gonna we're gonna kind of stretch it a little bit. We're just gonna cover the top of our oyster stew and brush it with an egg wash, with just 1 egg and some water. Brush that on top, that'll give it a nice glisten when you're baking it. So this is what it looks like when it's done. We're gonna put it in the oven at about 400 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes until it's nice and bubbly inside, as well as the top is nice and brown. And another thing you can do, if you want to go ahead and make the mixture the day ahead, just heat the mixture back up after you've stored it in the fridge, put it in your crocks, top it with your puff pastry, and bake it at 400 for about 25 to 30 minutes, and you're ready to go. So I hope you enjoy this oyster and bacon pie, and I look forward to seeing you next time here on Simple Cooking.
Thanks, Donna. And if you like that, you'll enjoy the recipes in our cookbook, which you'll find at CarolinaOutdoorJournal.com. Joe, great way of catching fish.
No question about it. And again, a daytime type of fishing. You don't have to go at night. You can go out scouting, and if you learn the areas out there that these fish like to hang out, they do have areas that they frequent. But I think one of the best ways to do it is visually. If you can catch a pretty day where the water's fairly slick and you can identify the bait balls and go to them and try them. Not every bait ball is going to hold a fish, but really a neat way to do it. And again, the old way of doing it, we used to cut bait on the bottom. Nothing, I won't take anything away from that. Once you hook the fish, it's the same fight. But this is just giving you another opportunity to try a different method that's equally productive, and you can move around a little bit doing this, and lots of fun.
And with a name like Rattle Trap, it's going to be fun.
Absolutely.
For Joe Albee, I'm John Moore. We thank you for joining us today on the Carolina Outdoor Journal.
Make sure to visit our website for more information.
Grady White boats are known for uncompromising quality through exceptional attention to detail. On every model, from 18 to 45 feet, we incorporate exclusive features and quality components that you won't find on any other boat brands. Our exclusive CV2 hull design is ranked highest in every third-party survey done in the marine industry. So every day on the water will be a great day, no matter the conditions. Ask any Grady White owner and they'll tell you, get the Grady.